Hello. Welcome to Pineapple and Lemon.
Woo woo!
Our React channel on YouTube here.
Yes, ma'am.
We're having a lovely time today because we're watching one of my favorite TV shows. We're watching Arrested Development.
Yes, ma'am. Educate me. I know nothing.
You're going in this completely blind. Have you heard of this show at all?
I know the name Arrested Development, like it's a TV show, but like I know absolutely nothing about it. Like I don't know what it's about. I mean, I read what the pilot blurb is, but like other than that, like I've never seen it. I don't know who's in it. I don't know how many seasons this is.
Oh, wow. Well, there's a whole history with this show because I'd say it was pretty well received critically. Like it won Emmys and it was really well, like people liked it, but the ratings weren't doing so well. So it's kind of like a cult show because people really like it after the fact.
Okay.
But what's interesting with this show is it ran initially for 3 seasons.
Okay.
And then it got canceled. And then Netflix brought it back for seasons 4 and 5. And if you ask most fans, they will say 4 and 5 are much worse.
Oh no.
When the show first came out, it was 2003.
Oh boy.
So you had a lot of people who are very well known now, but maybe weren't so as much then.
Okay. Okay.
So the way I'm going to pitch this show to you is it's essentially about a rich family of assholes. That's the pitch. But the thing is, you're not going to hate like any of the characters really.
Okay.
There'll be a few where you're like, okay, like you're pretty bad. But they do awful things, but it's so funny that you don't really care.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to read the blurb for like the series as a whole from IMDb.
Okay.
So it says, level-headed son Michael Bluth takes over family affairs after his father is imprisoned, but the rest of his spoiled, dysfunctional family are making his job unbearable. I don't want to give away too much, but the one thing I will say about the show is that it sets up jokes that don't pay off for sometimes seasons at a time.
Oh no.
So there'll be a little throwaway line of dialogue, and then 10 episodes from now, it will be a joke.
Okay.
The levels of layering of jokes in this show, I don't think there's anything else like it. Just quick, so when we do our TV show reacts, we do the first 1 or 2 episodes of the show, and then we decide later on if maybe we want to do a follow-up episode, or if we have, maybe if Christina continues watching it, we can always talk about it again. It's just kind of how we feel about it and if people want us to talk more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here for a laugh, so guess let's press that play button and see what happens.
Let's press it.
Press it. Hit that play button.
Just to note, there is an extended version of the pilot, but we're just watching the original cut.
This is Michael's mother.
Look what they've done, Michael.
So this is Jessica Walters.
Oh, wait, this looks familiar.
Illusion, Michael. Trick is something a whore does for money.
My goodness.
Do you recognize like Will Arnett?
Not really, no.
Really? Oh, that sucks. He's in a bunch of like comedy stuff.
I know the name, it's just not clicking.
Have you seen Lego Batman?
Lego Batman?
Yes.
No.
Have you seen the Lego movie?
Yes.
He plays Lego Batman.
Film, right? Yeah.
Oh my god, he's such a baby.
Look at that young Canadian boy here.
My goodness. You said this was 2003?
Yeah.
What was he? He was in something in around that time? Oh no, this was like before everything.
I think this was one of his first like major roles, because I guess Superbad would have been like his first movie, like big movie, right?
He was in 42 episodes of Brace Face.
Nice.
But yeah, essentially he did Arrested Development, then he did Superbad and Juno, which were the same year.
Oh, what a year.
Yeah, right? And then Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist was the following year.
Is it noticeable?
Jessica Walters plays this part so well. She did recently pass away, like the past couple of years, I think. Mm-hmm. But man, what a legacy this woman has, because her comedy is so great.
I haven't packed for that.
I love David Cross. He's hilarious. Well, like his comedy, it's just so subtle. Like no matter what you put him in, like he can have like straight face, and it's like the most hilarious thing ever.
Oh yeah. And like with this, like this show, I can't tell you who's the funniest, because there's so many different types of funny. Like each character has their own thing.
Well, I think that's important too when you're doing a comedy. It's not like one tone of comedy throughout the whole thing. There's like layers to it. Like everyone, when you have all these amazing talented comedic actors in one thing, it's great that you're allowing them to bring in their own quirks and not put like, no, you can't do that. You have to do it this way.
I bought a frozen banana.
Would you eat, like, would you go out and buy a frozen banana?
What's the point of buying a frozen banana?
Like, they dip them in chocolate, but still, just...
But like, I feel like I could just do that at home.
But also, how would you bite into it? You know?
See, this is the whole, like, ice cream tacos dilemma all over again. Like, I was so stoked about it until I was in the store, and I was like, wait a second. How am I going to eat this?
You can't.
You can't, because you're just going to freeze your teeth.
They cannot arrest a husband and wife for the same crime.
What? What is the logic? Look,
I mean, like, you can't testify against a spouse.
maybe that's what he was thinking?
But that's not what happened.
Where the hell have you been? Why didn't you call me?
Look at my life, Michael.
So these two are twins,
Okay.
like, in the show. And I do like that they have conversations between the two of them. Like, it's not just complete jokes all the time. And I feel like that kind of devolves later on as the show goes. But having something that's, like, a little bit grounded, like, there's got to be some reason why they want to stay in each other's lives, right?
On the next Arrested Development.
So at the end of every episode, they do a next time on Arrested Development. That's what we just watched. That never actually happens.
No, figured.
It's just, like, another way to put some more info into the episode.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Do you want to just roll into the next one, or is there anything?
Yeah, no, let's keep rolling.
It's Arrested Development.
You know, I actually like the theme song to this show. Like, it's really quick, but it's a nice way to be like, here are all the players. Let's get going.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I like, that it's just like really quick and to the point. Whereas like there's a lot of shows that have like a really long like theme song or intro or whatever, and it's like, I don't really need all that. Just get to the point. Like, that's what the end credits are for.
I also like seeing the actor's face beside their name, because that way you can remember who everybody is.
That definitely helps.
I just recognized too in the credits, just to mention, the Russo Brothers, who directed like Civil War, Endgame.
Oh,
they directed
yeah.
episodes of this.
Oh my goodness. That's insane to see like how like the progression of people's careers. Like, this is where they start and this is where they end up.
George Michael was having a hard time adjusting to his new one.
I don't think I ever jumped on the bed as a kid,
Yeah, no, I didn't either. I mean,
because
like,
you didn't get much
yelled
air.
at. No. Well, how far are you going to jump? Because you're going to bang your head.
How low was your ceiling?
I was tall.
I was on the phone with him this morning.
You mean just now, right? When I came in?
I wish I could make faces like Jessica Walters. They're so good.
Right? Make your digger on the bus?
Logistically, I don't even know how you get it up the stairs
You wouldn't.
with just one person.
Evacuate all the school children!
Is that how auditions normally go?
They would have cut him off. They would not have let him finish.
Dramatic gesture than he'd anticipated.
Oh my goodness, just give up. Oh no.
I love that he's putting so much effort into it.
What are they doing here?
They're grown-ups. They're allowed to have fun whenever they want. We're kids. We're supposed to be working.
I feel like there's something not right about that statement.
Yeah, there's something definitely not right about that statement.
Something's not working here.
I'm still working, always working.
Yeah.
Never stops.
Nope.
No, not even when I want to sleep.
So he did a little detective work.
You burned down the storage unit?
Almost definitely.
He's just so honest. He's like, there you go.
Best detective work ever. Just ask the question, get the answer.
Tried so hard there. Hard day's work.
Yep.
I'll give up my summer, all my summers. Just tell me what to do.
Don't steal from the till.
Yeah. Pretty easy to figure that one out. That $68 bottle of conditioner, it's all it took.
Conditioner too, of all things. Supposed to be shampoo.
I got a rabbit to buy.
What? Oh my goodness, this guy should just not be allowed to own a pet, like, at all.
No, he's not one to be trusted with anything, really. All right. That's the first two episodes of Arrested Development.
It is only the first two episodes. I feel like a lot of it, I feel like half the first season is just gonna be like setting up, like, this is the dilemma. This is all the shenanigans that they're trying to do to try and fix it. Nothing's really going well. And then, like, as they need to, like, develop the story a bit more.
Yeah, I wouldn't even necessarily say, like, this show's about the story, because, like, it's not. It's just putting these characters into situations. That's more so the goal.
Oh my goodness, they're just in, like, ridiculous situations. And it's like, I understand it's the comedic effect, but like, how dumb can you be? Like,
Yeah. And it's like, there's different levels of incompetence on the show. Because, like, the mom, obviously, she knows what she's doing, right? So it's not just, like, everyone's, like, unable to do anything.
yeah, they're just not necessarily going about things in the right way.
Or it's just, like, pure laziness for a lot of it. They're a rich family who's never had to do anything.
Yeah.
So now that they're, like, unable to have the money that they've grown up having, it is just, like, watching them devolve, essentially.
It almost reminds me of, like, a precursor to Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, like, you could almost say if Schitt's Creek
Like, they're very similar.
made the characters likable. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
All the characters are so well actualized on the show. Like, you know how they're going to respond to, like, a situation because you know the characters so well. I think that's what's so well done with the writing. It's also the performances, like, really bring everything together.
Yeah, definitely. That I would think, yeah, it's everyone very much embodies the characters that they're supposed to be.
And, like, I'm pretty sure the first season's, like, 24 episodes or something like that. Like, there's quite a few episodes, and then they get less and less as it goes on.
I feel like that's usually like that with most shows, is like the first season usually has the most episode, and then they slowly dwindle down, and then you get now, like, to today, where it's like an hour-long episode, but there's only like maybe 8 in a season now, where it used to be like you'd have 13 to 24 and they'd be anywhere from like 20 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, like, this is from a different era of TV, you could say, at this point.
Oh, definitely. Well, because you said it started 2003.
Yeah.
That was like, you are watching that, like, or PVRing it, like, you gotta be home to watch it, or like you're watching reruns. It's not like the luxury of Netflix now where you can just select a show and binge it through. It's like every day on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock on CBC or whatever it is. It's like, you gotta be watching it.
And I think that's part of why the show maybe, like, it didn't take off as well when it first aired, was because they set up so many jokes that you wouldn't understand them unless you're watching the show, like, weekly.
Yeah.
So because people would just catch the odd one here and there, they weren't understanding that, like, oh, that's a joke because this happened 3 episodes ago. So watching this on, like, a weekly format, it does make the show harder to connect with. And even just watching these first 2 episodes, there's so much information. They're talking the entire time. Like, they do not let you breathe. So I think having the ability for people to, like, wait, I didn't quite catch that, let me rewind that, or let me rewatch that, something, like, you didn't have that luxury before, when it was just like, it's live and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I think, like, the other, so when you first, so you said there was 5 seasons. The first 3 were streamed on live television, and then it was canceled, and then Netflix picked up the last 2 seasons. What was the like the time frame? Like, was there a long gap in between season 3 and 4?
I think, if I remember correctly, season 4 came out in, like, 2015.
Wow.
So, like 10 years, roughly.
So, like, seasons 1, 2, and 3 were, like, pretty consecutive. So, like, 2003, 4, and 5 almost.
Yeah, those were all filmed, like, in a row.
Wow, 10-year gap.
Like, roughly, I think that's what it is, but...
And did they bring back the same actors and all that as well, to the best of their abilities?
Everyone's brought back. It's just, like I was saying, like Jason Bateman became much more popular after the show.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't really, like, a big... Like, he had done stuff. So pretty much all of them are, like, comedic actors, actresses. So in the 4th season, the one episode would just focus on Michael. And then the next episode would just focus on Tobias. And, like, that was it. They weren't really all in the show together, which, you watching these last episodes, like, that's what the show is.
Do you think that maybe it's a product of its time? Like, the first 3 seasons did so well because of the time in which that they came out, versus trying to kind of gloss over this decade gap and trying to revive something that, you know, like, because you're almost competing, like, you want to bring back your audience because people are getting hyped for it. So you have a lot of pressure to do the original seasons justice. But then you're also now working with all these big name comedic actors, and schedules, and, like, the production values are different, sets are different. The way in which we write and speak is now different. So things that, like, maybe did really, really well in 2003 wouldn't do well now. So it almost sounds like when they revived it, they definitely went the more modern approach instead of trying to bring in some of the magic from the earlier seasons. But I think like definitely having that really big gap was probably what hurt them with bringing it back.
There's also something just like so precious about the show where it was like so tightly crafted for its time, like when it first came out, that it almost feels like they're getting away with something. Because it's like, how is this show even greenlit to begin with?
Yeah, I feel like they got away with a lot of things that they probably shouldn't have.
But I mean, in general, if you're a comedy show at the time, you're probably a sitcom. Now there's shows like The Office where they're doing like that kind of documentary style, you know? But that wasn't the case before. It was like sitcom, like laugh tracks, like this is when you're supposed to laugh. Having a show like this where it's like, I think a lot of the jokes went over people's heads.
Oh no, definitely. Like if you just watch it like once and that's it, like you're not really gonna clue in. But if you like take your time and like, you watch it and then you rewatch it, like it'll make a lot more sense, like the jokes and stuff, because they're very quick with some of them.
They like sneak in so many just little things here and there that it like the first time you watch it just goes right over your head.
Yeah.
You're just trying to take everything in, right? You're not really paying attention to like the little nuances here and there. There's like jokes set up that I saw in these 2 episodes that I'm like, oh, I know how that pays off later. And like it's not even something that's really, you barely see it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I think. I really appreciate shows where the writing is actually really important. But you don't even realize it. Like,
yeah. No, I think that's one of the things that we kind of take for granted is like there are people that take so much time writing and rewriting the scripts, the plots, like the stories, like just pretty much everything, making sure that it all fits together so that it's almost kind of like disappointing when like something is aired and you're like, but why? Like you could have done like 4 different other things and it would have been better, but it's just like, I don't know. But like the writing is like the most important things. Like without the writing, you wouldn't have a story, you wouldn't have sets or costumes or dialogue. Your characters would just be standing there.
and I'd almost say for like this kind of show, the second time you watch it, you're probably gonna like it more, which is hard to be like, you should watch this show twice. Like you're not gonna get people to do that. So the big question, would you see yourself watching any more of this?
I think it's definitely something that I would put on like the background as like if I'm doing a hobby or something. Yeah, I mean, I think I would definitely give like the next like 2 seasons like a shot, and then maybe I'll try the fourth.
Yeah,
but
honestly,
like, yeah, it's something I'll just I could easily throw on in the background and just like, yeah, here we go. I'm in for a laugh.
There's your first 2 episodes of Arrested Development.
Boom.
Yeah. Never forget, there's always money in the banana stand.
Banana stand.
That's what you should take away from this.
That's it. Don't forget the banana stand.
Thank you for watching with us. We hope you enjoyed the video.
It's been a slice.
If you want, you can subscribe to see more of our videos coming down the pipeline.
The pipeline. That's so weird.
Sorry, let me take it again.
Let us know if there's any TV shows or movies that you would like us to review and give our 2 cents opinions on.
And we hope to catch you on the next one. See you later.
See ya!